Good evening, everyone. Welcome to closing comments for August 3rd. Let's jump right into our charts and take a technical look at today's action. First up, we got our October live cattle on the board. We did see a big rejection day here for this October live contract. Prices rallying early off that opening range, touching a high at 229.5. But like we saw here on Friday, lots of volume stepping in here around 229. Sellers getting active up here, rejecting those highs, and finishing the day back down here at 227 once again. Kind of repeating Friday's action with just a little bit wider ranges. We can see this volume picking up, volatility starting to pick up a little bit. Typical signs of these sellers getting active once again in this big picture downtrend. Look for this 227 level to be important as we go into tomorrow's session. We could retest the midpoint of today's range, which is going to be up here around 228. Could backfill some of this inventory here, pick up some more sellers, but then from there we should see this market continue to weigh heavy on this 227 level. Any sort of offers below 227 early tomorrow should get the ball rolling. Sellers are in control. We got this nice downtrend shaping up, and we should see them take a swing lower here as we head into the rest of the week. Be defensive if you got anything left here. This is a good spot to start lightening the load, as this thing has seen a nice little relief rally over the last few days, but we should see some more downside to come here before the week is up. Next up, September feeders on the board. Similar action here for this feeder market. Seeing some nice upside above our bull pivot at 345.5, but just running out of gas there as those sellers got active up there between 47 and 48 today. Hard rejection, pushing this thing all the way back down to undercut Friday's low at 342. We did see this thing finish the day there at 343, but lots of rejection around these major averages. Good rejection at that 20-day. We should see this feeder market start to weigh heavy as well. If both these live cattle and feeder markets continue to undercut today's lows here throughout the rest of the week, look for that selling pressure to accelerate and see this feeder market to push back down here on this 330 to 335 level. And we should see those sellers try and push the bottom off of this thing and break this thing down out of this about 7 or 8 month range we've been in. Sellers are in control here at the moment, looking like we're getting a downtrend shaping up. As long as we can break these range lows, we should see this thing really start to flush. But at the meantime, we still continue to see good selling activity up here, and we should see lower feeder and live cattle prices here in the days to come. Next up, we got our December corn futures. We did see a nice rally here today, overtaking all of Friday's action, seeing a nice gains back up into the 470s. Like we said over the weekend, this market just continues to be pretty directionless, just seeing some wide daily ranges and some choppy action. Look for that to continue here for this corn market. Next up, crude prices kind of balancing out here today. We continue to see this market be pretty news driven, and we kind of see just a lot of uncertainty here at the moment. This market just balancing out on either side of 80 bucks, not getting much traction to the downside here before settling right on top of that bear pivot for the week. Look for this market to continue to chop around last week's range. If we do get any sort of continued offers below 80 bucks or today's low at 78.5, look for this thing to start to unravel back down here towards 70 bucks. Next up, equity markets seeing some nice gains here across the board today. Nasdaq, Dow, S&P, all of them gaining over 1.25%. Pretty average volume across the board here, but nice strength here. Good participation from our biggest components. The Nvidia seeing some nice gains here. Apple still back off that earnings release late last week, but throughout the rest of these big names, lots of 5% gainer days here as we go down the board. Lots of relief rallies even in these markets that are in these names that have been beat down, but we do continue to see some good bases being built here and good traction from some of these names that had some positive reactions to their earnings last week's reactions last week. Good follow through here so far. Lots of strength across these mega cap names for the most part. Looking like we're going to get a nice little follow through day here in the days to come. We should see this market continue to rally. The Nasdaq is where the weakness is here still, so we need to see this thing get some good traction back above these averages. But at the moment, the Dow found good support, knocking on the door of these all-time highs. S&P also not too far off here from those all-time highs. We should see this thing kick off into a nice little uptrend as long as we can continue to see these big pieces of the puzzle here have some good traction here throughout the remainder of the week. Look for these equity markets to get back on track with a nice little uptrend and take us higher here into the end of the summer. That's all we got for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Catch you guys tomorrow.